Earlier this week, a lot of Destiny content creators who went to playtest the new expansion, The Edge of Fate, put out a boatload of videos going over everything that this new expansion is going to be adding to Destiny. And let me just say, it's a lot. And in this video, I will be going over every single thing that was revealed to us through their playtesting. But before that, if you find this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be making a lot more Destiny content going forward, and I really hope to make better and more enjoyable content going forward for you guys. Now let's dive into all the changes coming to Destiny 2. Change number 1 is going to be our stats. As you can see here in this Datto video, stats are going to be changing significantly. To start, we have a change to our health stat. This reads, starting off, we are going to be going over the stat changes coming in Destiny 2 The Edge of Fate. Probably the most important change out of everything that's coming. Basically, what Bungie's doing is they are redistributing and redoing every single stat that is normally displayed here, like resilience, recovery, and intellect. And they are making it not only more simple, but also giving them new features, as you can see with the health stat here, where it says increases the amount of health that you gain each time you pick up an orb of power, reduces flinching from incoming fire while aiming a weapon. So as you can see here, health per orb, you get plus 70, and flinch resistance is 10% when you have 100 into the stat. The other thing that changes is that stats will not only be 100, they will actually go up to 200, and that's where this enhanced benefit comes in. Your shields recharge more quickly and have additional health when facing combatants, and as you can see here, the stats are displayed in the bottom. This change is going to be universal for every single stat, so let's move on to the melee stats. Reduces your melee cooldown, increases the amount of melee energy from all sources, and as you can see here, Datto has it at 200 out of 200, so he gets the maximum benefits, including the enhanced benefit. Increases the damage done by your melee attacks, and as you can see, 30% in PvE, 20% in PvP. Kind of broken, not gonna lie, but as we continue moving forward, we see that this change is universal. Same thing with grenade, that's super, where's grenade? Grenade stat, same as melee, ability cooldown, grenade energy from all sources, and then increases the damage done by your grenades. I'm assuming also in PvP, probably by 30% in PvE, 20% in PvP. Super also has a new change to it. Increases the amount of super energy from all sources. Again, this is going to be stats 1 through 100. That is at the top part of the stat. And then the enhanced benefit is from 101 to 200, which increases the damage done by your super. This is going to be a very good stat to definitely stat into. Same with this and health. But as we move forward, we also have the class stat. Okay, not Florida Supercon, get out of here, bro. Class. Reduces your class ability cooldown, increases the amount of class ability energy provided by all sources. So again, like melee and grenade, it has your ability cooldown, and you get ability energy. And then the enhanced benefit is something that I actually am personally going to be leaning into. You gain an overshield when you use your class ability. Now, obviously, here it doesn't show what the enhanced stats are and everything, but overshield actually is very, very underrated in the current state of Destiny. I've been using it a lot with no backup plans on my Titan, and honestly, overshield has been saving my life a lot of the time. So I will definitely be looking into this enhanced benefit from this. And then finally, we have weapons. Increases weapon reload speed and handling, increases weapon damage against minor and major combatants. So here we see reload and handling, 5.1% damage, 7.6%. This is going to be a mandatory required stat that everyone I feel like is going to stat into, which is kind of dumb. I don't really like how they're doing this. But whatever, and then you go to the enhanced benefit. Ammo bricks from defeated targets have a chance to contain additional rounds, increases weapon damage against bosses and opposing guardians. Again, mandatory perk that you're going to want to have 200 out of 200 in. The other thing they're doing to stats is that every single stat matters. So in the current state of Destiny 2, stats distribution and percentages and stuff, their effects, they all go in increments of 10. So you have 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 50 resilience gives you half, and then blah blah blah. Now, every single stat point will do a little bit of something incrementally. So you'll go from let's say, weapon 1 out of 200 to weapon 2 out of 200. That's going to bring this from 0.1 to 0.2%. So just small changes, but every stat is going to matter, which is something new that they're doing. And now you might be wondering, well, Cyber, that's great and all, but what about my old armor? It's going to be completely useless and I'm going to have to regret. No, you won't have to. Don't worry. It was made very clear from Bungie in many past paragraphs, many past twabs and streams and whatever, and Datto says it in this video himself, that your old armor will be bumped up to match whatever the equivalent of your armor is now to this new system. So let's say you have you have 100 resilience, 100 discipline, and 100 strength. That'll come to like 150 health, 150 melee, 150 grenade. So your stats will like kind of be bumped up, but you won't have the benefits that the new armor has, which is the new tier system and the new armor set bonuses. But do not worry, you don't have to regrind armor if you don't want to, but you will be significantly behind if you choose not to. Speaking of tiers, we are going to be moving on to talking about tiers. Tiers are a new thing Bungie is adding with the Edge of Fate that'll be on weapons and armor. Not exactly sure what armor does, but here we have the weapon tiers pulled up. And so basically, tier 1 is just like your common everyday weapon that drops from a random dreg that you killed in the EDZ. It has its perks, its base stats, and everything. Tier 2 is kind of like our craftable weapons, you know? So you enhance a weapon or craft a weapon. It gets both of its perks enhanced, like enhancing incandescent or something, blah blah blah. Tier 3 is every trait on it is enhanced, so like incandescent, heal clip, but then you also have multi-perks, so you have more perks to choose from in the weapon, kind of like how our double perked adept weapons are from the Dreadnought this season. And then tier 4 weapons are enhanced traits, multi-perks, and you can enhance your mods, which are the mods, magazine, and barrel, which you can enhance your mods, magazine, and barrel. So mods, you can enhance like your backup mag, you can enhance your adept range, and then for magazines, you have, enhanced magazines and enhanced barrels, which I think it actually says that they just increase the base stats of your weapon, which will be pretty good for optimizing for PvP if that's your thing. And then tier 5, you get enhanced traits, 3 perks in each column, enhanced mods, magazine, barrel, and origin trait, and every single weapon gets a unique ornament and a unique kill like effect that happens, which they're calling the hollow chip, I guess. So similar to the Into the Light holofoil weapons, which were shiny, beautiful, really cool looking. They had an ornament on them that you could take off or leave on to apply shaders to and stuff. Every single weapon in this new DLC will have this, and will also have a unique kill effect, kind of like an explosion or hearts or something like that. So yeah, that is the new tier system. Here is an example of it right here, actually. This is a tier 5 auto rifle, as you can see at the top right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diamonds. It is blue and shiny and cool looking. You got everything enhanced on it. It's masterwork, it's mods, everything's enhanced. And I don't know if he shows it, but if you go down, to the appearance section, here it is. You get a combat flare, which is only applied to tier 5 weapons, which is the kill effect. And obviously the blue is the ornament for the weapon. Here, actually, you'll see him take it off right here. Boom. So that's what the weapon... Wait. That's what the weapon normally looks like. And that's what the weapon looks like at tier 5. So yeah, definitely very good incentive to grind for these weapons. They'll be very, very good to have just for endgame content and everything. And now we're going to move on to the exotics. Starting with the armor exotics, we have the Titan exotic. This reads, collecting a fire sprite or rapid solar final blows make you a Forge Master, allowing you to recall your throwing hammer. After impacting a target, recall your hammer at full intensity to perform a perfect recall, causing an explosion of Forge Slag. Perfect recalls and collecting fire sprites extend your time as a Forge Master. So basically, you become Thor, and you're able to recall your hammer. We're gonna look at the gameplay that he shows here of it. It's pretty busted, I'm not gonna lie. Or not busted, but it's pretty effing cool. It looks pretty fun. Hang on, when does he throw his hammer? When does he do it? Yeah, look at this. He calls it back like he's literally Thor. It's so cool. This will definitely be a really fun exotic to try out. I'm not sure how good it's gonna be in general over like Synthoceps or Worm God Caress or something, but I mean it looks pretty juicy. It looks pretty fun. So then we move on to the Warlock exotic. This one is not as cool as the Titan one. It's pretty lame. It reads Hellion projectiles deal increased damage the further they travel, eventually fracturing into scorching shrapnel. And so we can just kind of watch the gameplay here. I mean, his Hellions just shooting out a bunch of just mini Hellions and shooting out a lot of Scorch and stuff, and it's just scorching everything, and it's just doing damage. I mean, you kind of just see it turn into like a spread of Hellion pretty much. Well, let's go back to that. It kind of turns into like a Hellion spread almost, and it just sends out a bunch of Seeking Hellions, little mini ones. Pretty cool exotic. Definitely going to be very interesting to run, probably on Solar mainly. I wouldn't see us using this on Prismatic as much, but definitely on Solar. And now we move on to the Hunter exotic, probably the most lame one out of all of them. It reads, Threaded Spike can bounce to Tangles, detonating them and returning immediately. Tangles detonated by Threaded Spike are rewoven and retrieved by it. Catches without a Tangle refund extra melee energy. So what does this look like in actual gameplay? Well, thankfully Datto here did all the stuff for us, so come on, there we go, okay. So yep, here we go. You'll kind of just be able to see him. He's going to throw the Thread Spike at the Tangle. It's going to come back to him. Bam, he gets his Tangle, and he gets melee energy for the Thread Spike. He creates a little Beyblade on the ground because he has that other aspect on. Definitely some synergy you could do there. Kind of lame, though. Not really that cool of an exotic, but whatever. Now we're moving on to the weapon exotics, starting with third iteration, where its exotic perk reads, aiming down sights for a short period without firing compresses the spread into a single high-density projectile. Damaging a target with this shot marks them. This weapon deals additional damage to marked targets. Defeating a marked target or landing a precision final blow with an amalgamation round grants invisibility and true sight. Basically what this weapon is it's kind of like a mini sniper rifle. You're supposed to just kind of sit in the back of the map, aim the weapon down every once in a while, get your invis, keep proccing it over and over again. It's basically just like a mini sniper. Very cool, but here's where it shines a lot more. You can see all the enemies are kind of just like far away. Oh, he's getting shot by the eyes. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Anyways, you can see all the enemies are pretty far away. He gets the amalgamation round pretty quickly, actually. It's like part of your crosshair. Hold on, let's go back to that. You can see the amalgamation round kind of charge up on your crosshair. It does a little animation thingy. So that's how you know it's ready. Pretty interesting exotic. Not my favorite thing. I mean, it's okay, but, you know, it's whatever. Next up, we have Graviton Spike, which I'm very, very excited for. So one of this weapon's traits is Temporal Alignment Refits, which is making it seem that it's going to be a craftable weapon. Overcharging both Arc and Stasis modes grants a period of increased damage, so you just get free increased damage with this thing, but where's the main? Here we go. Graviton Spike's exotic perk reads, press to swap between fast-firing Arc mode or slow-firing Stasis mode. Final blows and precision hits overcharge the opposing mode to enable additional effects. And so I'm assuming those are going to be here in the other exotic trait, Temporal Anomaly. While overcharge, each mode expends a portion of overcharge for additional effects on final blows or precision hits. So you can see here, Arc mode calls down lightning strikes, Stasis mode creates an explosion, and a formation of stasis crystals. So these kind of all tie into the other perk that was there, and it's going to be a craftable exotic weapon, so I'm assuming it's also going to come from an exotic mission, which I'm very interested to try out, but let's see the gameplay here. So the whole gameplay loop of this is I'm assuming you get a kill on Arc, you overcharge Stasis, you swap to Stasis, you get just crazy explosions and benefits and stuff. Yeah, and it shoots out Stasis crystals and everything, really cool stuff. There was one of the lightning strikes right there, kind of like a bolt charge actually. It's kind of like a bolt, it's like a bolt charge weapon basically. So very interesting. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fun synergy with this thing, especially on Prismatic. You're just going to be able to charge up your Prismatic meter instantly with this thing. It's a pretty interesting exotic. Definitely my favorite out of all of them so far. Very cool looking, very fun effects. But now we are going to move on to the portal. Where do I start with this thing? I mean, you know, like when you open Netflix and you're looking for a show to watch, that's kind of what the portal looks like. You're opening the portal in Destiny and you're looking for an activity to go and do because you're bored out of your mind. Don't get me wrong, I like what they're doing here. So what they're doing with the portal is they have all different kinds of hang on if I could find it. They have all different kinds of modes that you can do. So they have all different kinds of modes you can do. So first of all, in the top left, they tell you what the newest expansion is. In the bottom right, they tell you the expansion and news and probably other things like that. Tower and Seasonal Hub are right there above that. They tell you the next upcoming event. Pretty cool. Like this whole thing. They tell you the current event, which is Arms Week. That's a PvP mode. And then they have 4 different categories. They have PvP, they have Pinnacle Ops, which I'm assuming are dungeons, raids, and stuff. Fire Team, which I'm assuming are strikes, battlegrounds, seasonal stuff, and then they have Solo Ops. I'm a very big fan of this playlist because I'm lonely, but also because in these playlists you actually get bonus loot from all of these. So as you can see here, if you look at all these, you have a ton of different just solo things to do. I'm pretty sure they're all like brand new kind of custom little modes you can do, kind of like taking areas of the game like the conflux, the salt mines, taking just random areas of the game and adding stuff to do in them. And the activities with the green engram kind of highlight bonus drops that you'll get from it. So if you do this activity, the salt mines, you'll get 1 bonus drop and 1 completion reward. So meaning you'll get 2 pieces of loot instead of 1. And I'm pretty sure they rotate daily, is what Datto said in his video. And then if we go down, wait, where is it? And then if we go to the Fire Team Ops playlist, this is where your battlegrounds and your empire hunts and your strikes are. But as you can see, you have focus loot, where if you achieve grade B or higher, you can earn that specific reward. I really like this feature because it kind of just lets you kind of target farm what you want. So let's say you're missing pinnacle legs, right? You can target farm for pinnacle legs, whatever the daily activity is, and they are on daily rotators because I literally just heard Datto say it in the video. And yeah, this is just a very good system that they're adding. You can target farm weapons, target farm armor, and power also ties into this, like getting your power up, because power will no longer be tied to pinnacles or powerfuls. It'll just be stagnant. So every single drop you get in these activities and in the game will always be a higher power until you obviously reach the power cap, which is the best feature I think Bungie has ever decided to add and will make power grinding so much easier. Next, we have the brand new seasonal hub. So, kind of like what they did for the heavy metal event recently, and in case you weren't there, this is exactly what it looks like. It displays an overview of the event or the season that it's a part of. It gives you like a little, like a little description of it. You get daily challenges, you get weekly challenges, and this is just kind of like the new hub for seasonal stuff. So no longer will they have like the seasonal challenge menu, I don't think. I think everything will just be tied into the seasonal hub. And if you see on the top, if you see on the left side here, you have a play button and you have a, what I think is called the title button. So if we just get over there faster, the play button basically shows you the seasonal activities that are tied to getting the title. So they have these things called seasonal conquests, random activities curated for the season, and then they have the title that goes along with the season, which in this instance, I don't know if this is going to be how it is in the actual Edge of Fate or not, but for this they have the brand new Conqueror title. They changed it around to where basically you have to complete, instead of just doing every single Grandmaster for the season, you have to now get it through doing stuff for the seasonal conquests that you got. Devil's Lair Expert, Expert Dark Priestess, Master Conduit, Grandmaster Whisper. Don't know how that's going to be, but it's very interesting. So, brand new kind of little seasonal system here. Don't know how I feel about it yet. I have to get my hands on it first, but overall, I'm interested. That's about all I can give you. Something that's also very interesting that I don't know if they are keeping in the game or if it's just placeholder for now, but as you can see in the bottom right here, they have the Coil, which is an old seasonal activity beloved by the community. And it really was just one of the best seasonal activities. So I think the portal is also Bungie's way of bringing back old activities that people love. They have the Coil here, and then they also have Savathun's Spire right there. Boom. 2 old seasonal activities that Savathun's Spire was okay, pretty mid, but the Coil was a really good activity. So this could be Bungie's way of bringing back old seasonal activities. Like maybe the menagerie. Who said that? Who said that? That wasn't me. That wasn't me who said that. Oh, was it you who said it? It was you. It was you who said it. I see you with the blue shirt and the glasses. Yeah, I got you in 4K. I'm gonna write you up to Bungie HR, tell them that you want good content in the game, and then they're gonna make you sad. Okay, anyways. Anyways, now moving on, there's a couple of new weapon archetypes I wanted to highlight, brought to you by my boy Mactix, love that guy, starting with the Mint Retrograde Rocket-Assisted Pulse Rifle. Yep, that's right. Yep, it's a rocket-assisted pulse rifle. Kind of like the oh, you saw it right there. Kind of like the rocket-assisted sidearms. This thing is a pulse rifle that shoots rockets. I could not make this up. It's insane. It's just, like, I just don't think it's fair. I just don't think it's fair to keep giving us all these weapons. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's insane. I mean, who thought it was a good idea to put this into the game? The next weapon I wanted to look at, actually, is the Arc Mountaintop. What's the weapon called? The Theodolite. Theodolite? Theodolite? It's the Arc Mountaintop. It is a micro-missile frame, just like Mountaintop is, and it's in the Arc slot. It is the second grenade launcher that is a micro-missile frame, and it's gonna be pretty juicy, I'm not gonna lie. Hang on, let's look at the perks. Let's go back and look at these perks that I can get. You got Reconstruction. Is that Precision? No, it's not. I don't know what that is. But you got Reconstruction, Elemental Honing, you got Roll and Storm, you got some new Origin traits here. It's gonna be kind of juicy, I'm not gonna lie. The Arc Mountaintop. Maybe we could do some Mountaintop and Theodolite, damage swapping? Who knows? It's pretty cool, though. And the last thing I wanted to look at is the new shotgun hand cannon. Hang on, it's coming up in a second. Hold on. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. You see on screen. Anyways, it is a shotgun. What the? Okay. It is a shotgun hand cannon. Yes, it is a hand cannon that shoots like a shotgun. Yeah. As you can see by the gameplay, pretty high damage, pretty solid, doing lots of huge damage. I don't know if he goes into the inventory of this thing or not. It doesn't look like he does, but some perks you can get on it. You can get like Incandescent, Heal Clip, and another perk, you can get 1-2 Punch. Yep, 1-2 punch on a hand cannon, ladies and gentlemen. We've broken Titan even more. So yeah, that's kind of just a thing. And so that is going to be the end of this video. That is all of the new stuff we know about Edge of Fate, at least that I could find. I don't know, I went through like 20 YouTube videos. All of them were pretty much similar in this kind of realm, talking about the portal, leveling, etc. This is pretty much all of the new stuff coming into the game. The other thing that's going to be happening, hold on. Everyone will be getting a power reset, so power in Destiny 2 will be going from where we stand now at like 5,000 something, all the way down to a base of 10. So everyone's going to start at 10 power, and the max I think is 300? I think it's 300 minus the seasonal artifact power bonus. So yeah, everyone's getting a hard power reset. Armor is basically getting reset because your old sets won't be as good anymore. Weapons and stuff, everything's getting like tier 1 through 5 stuff. Not sure if that's applying to old weapons, but as far as new stuff goes, that's happening. Stats are being redone, and we're getting just a lot of amazing gameplay features. A lot of some cool exotics, really cool exotics. Let me know if I covered all of the new stuff that we know about Edge of Fate in this video. Obviously, there's all the old stuff like the firing range, the new destination, the new abilities on the destination, world tiers, but that's old news. We're talking about the new stuff in this video. As always, like and subscribe if you thought this video was helpful, and I will see you guys next time.